One of my favorite sites is Prezi. I've used it for some presentations in some of the classes in the certification program, and I've used it once I learned about this application in my class. I actually used it in my position as well. It's really effective, and it's taken the place of PowerPoint. The examples below, it's really neat that you can sort of jump around on it rather than having to go slide by slide like in a PowerPoint. One of the favorite ones I saw in here was student was showing the solar system, and it was just really cool how you could go from planet to planet with a Prezi application. One of the things I like about the question why Prezi, and I thought it was a really neat answer that they have, basically just saying how our brains are hardwired, mainly visual, well, like stories, and then the engaging part. The Prezi concept really takes all these three different variables and encapsulates them into a really neat presentation for a teacher or student. Another one of my favorite websites is Powtoon. We actually used that with our first year program, and it was really neat. We had our first year students sometimes had a little bit tough time with that initial communication, a little bit of anxiety coming on the campus. So when we did our introductory, "Hey, this is who I am" type of stuff, they would get up and show these Powtoon animated videos, and they were really funny and creative and engaging. Um, I really like them because I think they're user friendly. It doesn't take long to sort of really, with a little bit of training, jump in and make some really fun stuff. Good example would be if you someone to go to Explore and just look at a user gallery. I think I saw one in training that I really liked, and so it was just basically a simple guide to recognize how to handle customer complaints. So as you can see, it's pretty neat, all the amazing things that you can do here. Different applications, definitely could use it in a classroom for the students or the teachers. I definitely love the Kahoot website. I think it's a really fun and engaging way to get students excited about learning. Basically, I went in that there's one page ahead of this, but basically you just click to start. You're on a quiz, and so you can quiz about today's lesson or something that you might have learned last week to see if they can recount that information. But basically, so I just set up a title NCAA trivia, and you simply just go through and create your questions based off of that. And you would just add a question, and you just so it would be, let's say, who won the national championship last year, and then you would just from there just go through and put Duke, UNC, Carolina State. Then the answer would be North Carolina. So basically, it's just a really cool and engaging way to get students excited. They log in once you give them a pin, and then you go through the process and see who wins the most points. So it actually calculates who wins each time based off how many answers the students get correct and how efficiently they answer those questions. So really cool application, always been one of my favorites, and I could definitely see how I could use that in middle school with students when engaging learning and making sure they're catching on to the lesson for the week.